All right, everybody, welcome back to another week of SCSRA Live. Tonight, joined by Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence. We also got Devin in the booth tonight, so first time he's back in a while. Let's talk about this bumpy ass race that we had. Devin we also want to go over some points and stuff. Always Eddie's here as well. Drop some comments in the chat. If you see Cheeseburger in the chat, just know that he's also on camera with us tonight. Boys, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, Devin's sick as a dog.
I'm still here.
He's still
I don't
here.
come here when I'm healthy, apparently.
Yeah, right. He shows up when he's sick.
That is correct.
Yeah.
He shows up when he's sick, but not when he's healthy. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but hopefully we'll get him here a little bit more. First off, Cheesy B, bud, thanks for joining us. I know it's your off week, taking some time out and hanging out with us. Definitely do appreciate it. First off, let's start off with our normal interview. Tell us about yourself. That kind of shit.
Normal? What do you put around there?
Hey, calm down, sir. We
Normal
tried
and
it.
cheese in the same sentence. We're in the wrong spot.
Oh my god! And
Totally.
here it goes.
Is this going to lead to any upper decker stories? I have to ask for our faithful audience.
But I mean that person could be involved, so.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Wonderful. Okay, so
Not going to want to miss it.
devolving this show already, as we can tell, this has become the norm for us.
Yes,
Geez,
I may be a culprit of that.
a little bit. Just normally in chat when you're working. So
Well, he's here. I had to ask him, in person. We're going to have a upper decker story.
right. So
I wasn't there for it.
okay, let's
thank
get off
God,
the
right?
freaking upper deckers. God dang. Cheese, how are you doing? Tell us about yourself, bud.
I'm all right. I've started racing back in like 2010 in real life. Hence my throwback car this week. And raced with the Merles out in real life at Redwood Acres here at our local racetrack. And I've always had the racing bug since like 2001. That was the first full-time season of watching and stuff and everything. And that whole year was messed up for me in my life situation, but I was little but for some reason that whole season hooked me and yeah. But yeah, just long time racing fan and just kind of here. And
Nice.
found you guys and yeah.
When did you start racing on iRacing?
Well, I tried it in like 2011 with a controller and a laptop.
Nice.
Didn't do half bad.
Nice.
Then I was gone for good 6 years or so, and then 2011, so 10 years actually, and then started back up in 2020 because of the whole pandemic, and
Right.
our local track started doing a get together, and I'm like, you know what, let me get in on this, and started racing, and
Nice.
yeah.
So how did you come into iOS? Like, how did that? Because Dylan Redding got me into iOS, which is now obviously rebranded and 20 times better SCSRA.
Yeah.
How did you get in with the Merles?
I actually Canuti actually got us both, got me in there. Then I told the Merles about it, and the Merles followed me over because we were just looking for more people to race with. And
So
stuff,
we blame you for Junior?
Oh, God.
You got it, bud.
This podcast getting ended short tonight.
Dude,
Thanks.
I could sit here and name everybody and be like, yep, that's the reason why they're here. Yep, that's the reason why they're here.
We were all
Bricks.
racing in our local league that we made, and Brett kind of was running that one, but he kind of wanted to get out of the running it situation and stuff because he had a lot of things going on. I don't blame him. And so we found iOS and went from there, and we've been there since.
Nice. So for the audience, please, by all means, explain where the hell did Cheeseburger come from?
Okay. Freshman year of high school, I was a wrestler. I was a skinny 112. Obviously not that anymore.
Holy
But,
shit!
You're a
112
husky.
pounds,
You're a
my-
husky 112,
Add 100 pounds to that.
give or take.
Man, my
But,
right leg weighs more than you still.
It's all muscle, ladies. It's all muscle.
No,
Yeah.
Okay,
mine
if you
ain't.
wanna take me and my go-kart into consideration, I'm 400 pounds.
Okay.
It's a heavy go kart.
Oh yeah. But freshman year in high school, my first ever wrestling tournament in high school, and I'm cutting weight. I'm a pound under the night before my first tournament. And then me being freshman, not knowing how to cut weight, not knowing all how that works. Kyrie, out of here with that. Sorry, kiddos. Trying to watch YouTube in the background.
It's all good, but we
You're
have
watching us, it's fine.
No, they're not.
Don't do
Unfortunately.
that. I cannot
Oh, they're
endorse
not-
that this show is not good
They're
for
not
kids.
subscribed to us, is what you're saying? That's tough.
Mm.
I might get the son subscribed. Anyway.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, it's not kid friendly, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it might be.
Yeah, the son's used to it. He's grown up with the racetrack, so he's seen some stuff.
Well,
But anyway, so night before we go to a McDonald's. I am not supposed to be eating a lot, and I'm begging my parents. I'm like, just let me have something. Let me have. It's like, no, an orange or something. Like, then why'd you go to McDonald's? Anyway, I begged my parents into it. My mom's just like, just let him have it. Just let him have something. So I ordered a quarter pounder with cheese. And then, so I eat it. I go back the next morning to, before we go out to our wrestling tournament, which is an hour and a half away. And I'm a pound over. Coach is like, what the heck? Like, why are you a pound over? So I had to tell him, like, well, tell him what you ate. I'm like, you ate a cheeseburger. And then coach is like, a what? A cheeseburger? Yeah, needless to say, I had to lose that pound an hour and a half away on the bus doing all the stupid tricks you've heard. Put on the trash bag, sweat your ass off, pee like
Hey,
crazy.
if you're free
Take a
around
dump.
9:00 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I have a way you can lose that pound. Just come over here with me, and you'll
They
drop
were
it
not upper
real quick.
deckers. But
Hey,
anyway,
real quick,
dropping upper
Adam.
decker on the bus, man.
Right.
Pound right
Adam, thanks for joining from down under, bud. Appreciate you coming out, hanging out. We're just talking about our league, and Cheese is our first time on the show. Hopefully not the last, but just talking about him right now, and then we'll get into some league stuff. But thanks for joining from Australia, bud.
nice.
Shoot, yeah.
Other side of the country, the world. Wow.
Yeah,
Other side of the
bro,
country.
you need to go to sleep.
Tired, okay. I'm not used to working during the day, so it's
He's
like, wait a
concussed from the
minute,
rocking
what
hand
year
once.
is it?
Right,
Mr. Worldwide.
right.
We're going international, folks.
So anyway, long story short, I'm a 0.1 pound over, and that's bare ass naked. I took everything off. I can't lose anything else. I'm done. So they're like, all right, well, you got to wrestle the next weight class up. So I'm wrestling with a 5 pound deficit, essentially.
Should have had
All
two
right.
cheeseburgers then, bro.
Oh, trust me, we get breakfast after we weigh in, so you pack on poundage afterwards, but everyone else does too. But anyway, I won my first 2 matches, and from there, I don't know why or how, but it just started sticking as a name. And then it just morphed into my actual name, because I mean, we had so many more Michaels in school that teachers were just like, you know what? I know you was cheese. We're just calling you Cheeseburger. It just became my name. I put it on the back of my Letterman's jacket, and just everyone I know still knows it. So it morphed into my name from there.
I've also had to have told my dad at least 5 times now, but every once in a while we'll watch a broadcast and be like, did he say cheeseburger? I'm like, yes, we've been over this. Yes.
Funny story.
Adam races in the ASR super speedway runs. Got it. I knew I recognized the name.
Very nice.
Thanks for
Funny
joining,
story
bud.
about that. I had a wrestling tournament in Fremont, California. Person sees the back of my Lettersman jacket and goes, "Is that German?" I'm like, "No, it's Cheeseburger."
Oh my god.
No, it's just cheeseburger.
It's just cheeseburger, bud.
It's not German.
So Devin, it's been a while since you've been here. So tell us what's new in your life. It's been probably 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
How you feeling, bud?
Sick as a dog right now, but we're gonna sleep good after this. Just a lot of stuff going on outside life. My mom had her first chemo the other day that got delayed because of the bridge getting hit, which is just the odds of that happening is crazy.
Right.
But that's kicking her butt a little bit. She's sick as well. We had her birthday last weekend, so I'm sure it just passed through because of that. But
Yeah.
other than that, man, league's been good. We've had great car counts. I'm not going to talk about Watkins Glen, but we've had a good season so far on both sides. It's been super competitive. Yeah, not too much going on, man. Just life's going good. Been in a little bit of a slump the last couple of weeks, speed wise and then internet wise, but ready to get playoff racing, man. It's going to be super entertaining, man. We got really good car count, and it's not just going to be the 12 guys that showed up making it. Like, guys are going to miss the playoffs that should be racing in the playoffs, and it's going to be super competitive. So I'm really looking forward to that. Eddie just needs to stop getting playoff points. He's eating into my cushion a little bit on everyone else.
That's
so
the idea.
he's the
buddy.
hottest guy on Wednesdays right now.
Josh wants to know what happened at the Glen, Devin.
I couldn't tell you. I was gone for like 45 seconds. Eddie or,
Bro, that
Eddie or
whole
Joel
lap,
have to tell you.
Reenactment.
that whole lap,
Basically,
bro,
yeah.
I was just, you were gone, and then I was like, I didn't know how to drive that whole lap because I didn't want to attack it, and then you pop up and you're inside me, like, like not. I don't want to get intimate with you there, bud. Like,
Yeah, it was just super demoralizing, man. Just put a lot of laps in that place, being my home track. I love that place. Like I said, if I could only win one place all season, just give me the 2 Glen races. I don't care. I just put a lot of laps in. It sucks because it's never happened, but we got the router firmware upgraded and gave it a fresh reboot. Cleared some C drive space, like Hartney said. So, knock on wood, I think we're okay going forward.
All right.
Gonna just save the lag out for Texas or something awful, but whatever.
It could have been last week. I mean, or it could have been this week. Rockingham sucked. Anyways, we'll talk about that later.
Where I would have rather lagged out, I think, but we'll get to that.
I know the feeling. My computer died on me before a Dega race, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Bro, what was it?
I saved tire like a mug.
It was like 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Next gen race.
Geez, I can't remember what race it was, but I went to go load in, and the same thing happened to Eddie, and I had like 6 frames per second, 6 FPS total. That was it. And that's when my graphics card, the fan died on my graphics card. Luckily, I knew it was going out, so I'd already bought more to replace it. It's like I had to do surgery 2 hours before the race on my graphics card just to freaking work.
He didn't pass pre-race inspection, so he had to take his car back to the garage and
Yeah, dude, it was bad.
Cranking out in the garage.
yeah.
Yeah, Joe dossed me at the Glen, Josh. Joe dossed me at the Glen. He knew what he was doing. I'm like, this is super ironic that this happened here.
Oh, weird.
Weird.
Adam
Must have paid
says.
Brett to give me that boot there.
Adam says internet
Boys, I was
issues.
flying.
And my biggest drama at the moment racing with you guys in the ASR series, kangaroos need to hop quickly to fix the latency.
I can't imagine you over there trying to connect to that Boston server. That's got to have a mind of its own at times.
Dude, for real.
That is crazy.
Devin
couldn't imagine.
Josh says Devin's going to need to start rocking the NordVPN card to protect him from DDoS attacks.
Yeah.
Stop him from Joe.
Yeah.
You need a little more than NordVPN.
Joe's been
but-
ducking me ever since that race. Interesting.
Weird.
Interesting.
Super weird. Eddie, bud, how you doing today?
Oh, just hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. What do you guys want to go over first? You want to watch the races, or do you want to look at the points for next gen? What do you want to do?
I'm down to clown, whatever you roll. We'll
All
roll
right.
with
The
you.
races.
I'm going with the flow. I'm just here having fun.
Let's go with the races then.
So I can try to figure out the rest of my stuff because I was last minute.
Hang on, all the paints have to update. It's working on it.
You're twerking on it?
Oh, of course.
All I know is I still feel the bumps in the steering wheel all day today. It sucks.
Bro, how do
Yeah,
you
this
think
is one
Kevin
of those-
Graham
Kevin
feels?
Graham feels in his
It's one of those tracks, man. It's one of those tracks. I think this is our first time there in 4 seasons.
Yeah, let's not do it again.
And yeah, it produces good racing, but it's a track where you understand why you only go to it every 4 seasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we have our 6 or I don't know if it's 7 tracks that we regular every season because they just put on the best product from season 1 to season 7. So it was overdue. We needed to come here, and the green flag racing we got was great, but it's really easy to slip into that black hole a bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, you'll see here in both races, but when it was green, man, it's a blast. There's not many tracks that you feel like you're driving the truck or car with a gas pedal to make speed or through the corners, and it's it was fun. I had fun when we were on the green. I couldn't figure it out though. Eddie had it figured out. This is the most lost I've been on a race week in quite some time.
Hey, I finally got stage points, and I'm not even in it for the points. Go figure.
I'll take it.
So we're firing off with Devin P1, Sharn P2, Eddie P3 or P4.
I'm way in the back.
Yeah, way in the back here. The truck race actually went surprisingly well. I don't think we had a lot of cautions, did we?
No, but I wish I'd have got one of those late race restarts on the bottom or on the top though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the first stage was pretty okay. Could be wrong, or we had a couple in the beginning.
Oh yeah,
right there.
we have that. One.
Speaking of which,
It was kind of polar opposite of Wednesdays. We had cautions early, and then the second stage in this one, we got teased with a big green flag run. Leader started pitting, so that was interesting. It would have played out.
I missed that one.
that was kind of just a self spin on that one, and then lap 16. Let's go to the pace car. See when the lights come out. And who is? Oh, hey, look at all this.
This was just classic turn 4 Rockingham. I think it was a bang bang deal. Oh yeah, bang bang. Matt into the wall for one bang, and Cox into Matt for the second bang.
There's 3 bangs there.
Oh,
Matt
inside
Allen was
wall.
in the
That was a
wall to
bang bang
begin
bang.
with,
Bang
and then
bang
he bounced
bang.
off the wall again, and then the Cox. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just classic turn 2, man.
We saw that all night in the next gen series. So, well, except for the first stage, which was
Went
again,
green the whole
surprising.
time. I
Yeah.
think.
I don't know if I blinked the entire first stage on Wednesday.
There's like 24 laps in. He comes over through Discord. I don't think I've even blinked yet this race.
Yeah, I'm like white knuckle the entire time. I'm like, what is happening? Because laps are actually ticking off, which no one expected.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're doing this.
All right. So right off the restart, we're just going to follow Cox here because he's behind everybody else. Decent turnout for the race too. I was surprised with how many people came.
Yeah.
For the rock
After
for
Matt Allen got
Rockingham.
smacked in the butt by Cox, he's like right up there. Is that him?
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
That's he.
Yeah, you could see
That
there
one was scary.
Cox was trying to pull out of it.
Looks like a 3 truck.
That does look like a Trey Spears.
Hmm.
Getting loose coming into 3.
That's a
Oh,
miss.
Looking trying to
that's a
send it
Ryan.
in there into 3.
That's a miss.
Not
That's a
going.
missed breaking point.
Yeah.
And once you're there, you're there. You're not. Didn't that happen with you and Sharon Hartney last week at the Glen, where you thought Sharon was going to get in the back of you into 1 or something like that?
No,
breaking
I
point?
thought I was going to hit him going into the bus stop.
Oh, okay.
And then I dived out to the runoff there.
No, it
Oh, I
was me
didn't hit-
following Sharon in the truck race. I went to lap him, and then he went straight into turn 1 to let me by. And I realized, hey, we're at the 1, and I'm still following him straight. And I almost junked the truck. And I'm like, oh my god, the truck was wrecked. The truck was absolutely wrecked, and we kept it straight somehow. So
So that was
It was
lap
easy to
21.
do.
very easy.
I know
Go to
because I think I did it
29.
later in the race.
What stage was lap? Was it 30?
What stage was lap?
40.
Correct.
What lap
English.
was
40?
Jesus Christ.
4-0.
Okay, when did the
No,
pace start?
officer, I am okay.
Mama said what stage?
Oh,
is
hey, look,
lap?
it's right there. Brian Gomes. In Balenciaga. Oh, this is kind of my fault.
That's a
too.
different green truck. That's a different green and black truck.
That's kind of my fault. So, I had new tires. So, because I had to take my fast repair, so I had new tires. So I was trying to push this like hard to get back up front,
Mhm.
and Joe and I drag raced down the back straight. Didn't realize we were gonna go in 3 wide, and then it just kind of devolved from there.
Yeah, that was like the cutest little boot that he got. Normally the trucks don't snap like that, but
Well, he got bumped.
see, if you ever try to bump and run someone, it would never go as clean as that little boop was right there. You
No.
could dream of
Right.
it being that clean, but it if anything, you're just gonna bump them up the track. But the fact that that
Dude,
truck
I got
whipped
one like
around like that,
I got one like that on Dustin Dean one time. And I was grinning ear to ear after I moved him.
because the physics of that, like it just never actually does it like that.
Yeah.
So then we went after this to the stage lap 40. Don't need to obviously review stage caution because that would be stupid.
Yeah, we got right to green flag pit stops. I know Eddie got trapped. Sean was on pit road when it came out. It was shaping up to get
I
really
got
good
trapped.
because Eddie and Sean were definitely the two fastest. I was maybe like 5% off of them or 5% better than them at the end of the long run. I'd closed like a couple tenths. We were just, all three of us were so close, but there was like a 2-second gap to them battling and me back there. But, you know, I was committed lap 85. I was pitting lap 85 because that would put it 40-40. They were coming at 75, which would have been, what, like a 55 lap run to the end. So I would have loved to just go green to the end. I know we weren't going to get that here, but it would have been super interesting, man.
Yeah.
You know, because like I don't know where it would have played out because you're gonna outrun me for 10 laps, but if you know what I mean, I think 10 laps might have been too much for me to realistically get back to you guys, but you never know. It would have been really cool to see.
Yeah, when I pitted, I was good to go to the end.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, you know, if I get a chance to change tires between here and there, cool. I mean, I'm gonna want to, but
Yeah.
you know.
So this one, Brett
that.
smacks the wall on the outside and comes down and hits Ryan Likens.
Just that turn 2, man. It's treacherous. I think that's probably one of the toughest turns in like any track we've been to.
That bump, if you is on 4 too, if you are a little too high when you go over that bump, to where it's flat on the top, that you're gonna lose it there too. But if you can just like balance the basically berm on that bump, you can get off of 4 pretty well. But
yeah, and if you get like even the like just a little extra courage and think you can gas it up, like the bump almost steers you around by itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in practice, I would 30% throttle trying to pass someone in the bottom out of 2, and the car would just come around. So it was terrifying. It was turn 2's tough, man. I don't know if there's many. I don't know what other tracks have a turn that's that tough. I mean, maybe like a turn 4 at Nashville Super Speedway or something because it's tight, but that one's a real tough one, man.
Arlington exited 2.
Oh, Darlington 2, big time. That's another one. That's a no-brainer.
Dover, Darling.
Yeah. But you look at like 3 and 4 here, man, and you were just ripping it through 3 and 4, man. You could get back to it early, and I mean, it could unsettle a bit, but you carry the speed difference on the exit of 4 and 2 is night and day.
Especially when the tires were nice and warmed up and just that right.
Dude, you felt like you were just skipping over the bumps in 3 and 4 like a rock, dude, on the water. You're just flying, man. Whereas like 1 and 2, it feels like it's eating the bottom of your truck like a sand grader.
This one, Joe Wright gets taken out by Balenciaga, as Guy calls him.
Yeah, just
Ended getting the corner
misbreakers
too far, too went a little too far into it.
Yeah, that's one of the things we've seen a lot, man. I mean, I'm sure you guys do in practice. You establish a reference or your breaking point, and I think some guys it's just easy to forget that when you're battling someone. But if you're faster than someone and you're using that breaking point, you'll still be able to battle them. So it's just one of those racing deal things.
I mean, you both don't want to lift, and you just both sing it into the corner and hit the wall together.
Yeah. if there's maybe 10 to go and you want to battle side by side, you know what I mean.
So this was the controversial one.
A controversial thing in the SCSRA?
Yeah, never.
I didn't even know about it.
So this did
Strangely enough.
this did result in a post race penalty. So Sylvain and Tim made contact. Tim gets taken out, and his engine blows. In a normal sense, what you would do at this point is, because the field's not near you, so the caution's not going to come out because you're also on the apron. As the field approaches, iRacing will throw the yellow, possibly, even if you're on the apron.
Notice the track was very lenient with the cautions all the way down there.
Right.
But even at that point, the same thing happened to me
banner
Wednesday. Your bet is made at this point. Like, your engine's cooked. You can't coast that far. What I did last night, because I knew I was in a really shit spot, You're jumping on the brakes and you're towing, man, because you want to just like you have to do it as quick as you can. Because you sitting there milking it, maybe I can coast. It's gonna kill you in the long run, man.
Well, even then, he's only going 17 miles an hour on the back straight. He's not going to make it to pit road. There's no way.
Brake, tow, and try and get it done, man. That's all you can do. It sucks. It's miserable, but it's.
And yes, Eddie just noticed that he's not running the right banner either. Anyways, so you can see field's not coming. As the field getting closer, I don't know if he's looking at his relative, but he goes up on the track way under pace as the leaders are coming up, which throws the caution here because he's on the racing surface, then stops and tows.
Yeah.
So this brings up the rule 9.3, I think it is.
Correct.
Which is stopping on track to cause a caution. He was not stopped on track, but he's the reason the caution came out because he went onto track while the lead cars or the pack was coming towards him.
Yeah, and it's easy to be hot in that moment, but it's a pretty selfish move to. I think we're in a decent green flag run there, I would say. Maybe I'm wrong. But, I mean, there's only 25 laps left, and we're...
Up to that point, it was about 15 laps.
But still, I mean, we're gearing up for a, 40-lap run to the finish or whatever it was. So it just killed the flow of everything, man. It sucks.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
kind
saying
of
that
play
'cause
strategy whenever you've got 1.5 million cautions. You know?
Yeah, I'm not saying that because I had fresh tires and Eddie didn't have a chance to get any if that caution didn't come out. But, no, it killed the flow of things, man. We want that green flag racing, and stuff like that's just so avoidable at the end of the day.
Let's see what happened here.
There's a lot of everything.
Oh, this is the netcode one with D right, and then everyone just kind of stacks up behind him.
Yeah.
And this one was deemed a racing incident.
And there I crawl by.
A Rockingham incident.
Kevin looked like he hit the wall pretty hard there. But that was a heck of a
Yep.
ride in motions.
Yeah, if you look back, you can see him flying over the fence over there.
Told him put his
Off of it.
seatbelt though.
Off his motion rig.
Didn't he say that he needed to get a 5-point harness for his rig the other day?
No problem.
He said he had one.
Jesus Christ. Oh, it was a 5-point harness for his car.
No, it was a Hans device for his car.
Hans device for the rig is crazy. At that point, just put a door in so when you're done the race, you can climb out the window. Put the window net down.
I'm just gonna cut a hole in my wall.
Adam says
That's where my rig is.
Adam says the tow has to be quicker than the crawl. It absolutely is. And I don't think he was trying. I don't think he was trying to make it back to pit road. I mean, I could be completely wrong. If Tim watches the show, maybe he'll message us and be like, bro, that's not what happened. I don't know. But it looks to us like he was intentionally trying to cause the caution, especially by coming back onto the track as the field was approaching.
If multiple people look at it at the same time without reviewing it, and they instantly all go, oh boy.
In his defense, maybe he was going up the banking to maybe try and gain some more momentum. Maybe.
Not.
Maybe, and even then,
not making it back there.
Yeah, 17 miles an hour by the time you start rolling again, there's no...
Maybe if you're doing 80 or something right here, you know, and you have no motor, you can kind of maybe coast up the bank and kind of coast down, keep it going.
True.
Maybe.
Well, I think that...
You're not
Same
gonna
situation.
I even think then that even if he was going 80 and he stayed at the wall, I don't think iRacing would have thrown a caution for that. But why he was on track is beyond me. I don't know.
Well, it's just crazy how the caution comes out and then he stops and tows like he should have.
Right.
That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, mine as well.
And there was one of these late restarts. Brett was just absolute catbird seat on the outside. There was one restart where I was clear out of 2, but I couldn't make the move up, and it was like just that close to being able to do it.
You want to start watching restarts now?
They kind of bring back PTSD for me because, like,
yeah,
you're getting pinned on the bottom, man. Couldn't do nothing down there, but man, up top I was flying.
This one Trey he stayed out in like 40 lap old tires.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, at this point, it comes because like we talked about that too, where it's you can save a set, but you still have to have time for two things to happen. You still have to have time to actually gain the advantage, and then have time to take advantage of the advantage. So it's just, I mean, I don't think it would have done much starting on the bottom there, but I mean, we had a 4-lap run or whatever it was here. That's a chance to battle Brett, and I'll have to get by Joe here. I had to pull an Eddie and go to the top, which I don't even know what I'm doing up there. So I was just like, we got to try something, man.
I know the restarts were
You're hauling
wild
ass up there, my guy.
I was,
That's what
man.
we're doing up there.
I'm like, Joe, I don't want to race you, but I think I'm gonna clear you here. We did. And didn't have a chance to. It's one of the next the last caution too. We tried to time it, and looking back, I did time it perfect, but I panicked and jumped on the brakes. So it was. Yeah, man, that top. I think you could have had a little bit of a tire disadvantage and made it work on the top. It was just so immense, the advantage.
It was definitely something else.
Because
We were
he
wiggling in the back.
he was on a little older tire. He was like a lap older than me, but he was using them up a bit to drive through the field. So if we just got the chance to battle him here, I think over the course of a run, if it went green, I think we would have had a shot, but we'll never know.
If you stay on the top, yeah. I mean, look how much time you've gained running that.
Yeah,
Bro, that's why I was up there all night.
I think it was here.
And he
Yeah,
abandoned.
I think I clear him here, but I cannot pull up. Yeah, I couldn't pull up, and then caution comes out as we go into 3, so that was my best shot at this one.
Let's see why.
It was so hard to pass on the bottom.
Yeah, man, I had him. The run out of 2 was crazy. There was no way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, thanks, Cheese.
Easy,
Thanks,
babe.
Cheese. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Look at 3.
Don't let it happen again.
What'd
I
you do,
just
Cheese? Who'd you piss
Kind
off?
of passed someone on the inside, jumped on it too hard, and lost it.
Yeah, that's turn 2 on the bottom there. Oh,
And then
you
did all I
spooked
could,
everyone.
and then
Spooked everyone.
yeah, got hit and spun around the rest of the way.
Had some
I wonder if
tires off
Cheese
the
has known
ground.
the entire time that he was the cause of that caution.
I actually completely
like,
forgot.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Uh,
Oh, where'd Cheese go?
He gone.
all right, so that's 117.
Yeah, you could realistically just jump to the last restart. I think it's the only other thing worth watching, because in the truck, I thought I jumped it. I'm glad Eddie got me because I killed his restart. But if you look, he does start rolling when I jump on it. I probably would have beat him to the line, but it was my best shot. I panicked on the braking, but
Yeah, it happens, but you fucked it all up.
no, the bottom, man. You got to do all you can.
Yeah. You
went
timed
late,
this
too, so
literally
gotta go at some-
perfectly, and then
It was perfect.
yeah, Eddie's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna run into you now.
Well, it was so late in the box, man. I'm like, he's got to go at some point, right? So I just, if I stay with it, man, you never know.
Yeah.
But once Eddie got by me, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get yelled at. We're fine. We're fine.
Right.
Bro, I'm locked in. If I wasn't locked in, yeah, I'd have probably been a little irritated with you.
Yeah. Timed it good though.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's better to do it that way and not get a penalty for jumping that sort of thing and still getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if you would have jumped that. You would have gotten a black for it, and then you would have been last instead of 5th or 4th or whatever place you
Should
ended
work
up.
out, buddy.
I'm locked in. It's all good. Wanted the bonus points or the playoff points. Definitely did not have a winning truck though, so I was just trying to do all I could.
Right. All right.
Fast
Well, that's the
as
truck race. Okay. So now let me get the next gen race up. While I'm doing that, Devin, you want to talk about the points?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So yeah, I actually have some info on the playoffs. Mr. Statman over here. I got some stuff for you. Yeah, looking at the max points per race is 49 points, 40 for first, and then the bonus points comes out to 9 points. So we are gonna have a drop week come into this after next week's race, so the separation may change a little bit, but I want to say the guys above that hot zone, Brett, Ryan, and Proby, I think they're good. I mean, those guys have just been absolutely cooking. I mean, the last 3 weeks, Eddie's been the fastest by far. I mean, 2 wins, and then Brett the last 3 weeks has an average finish of 3rd. So he's been lights out at the right time of the season. I mean, he's been good all season. He's having a career year.
Could have 3 wins if Brett didn't get Hartney at the Glen.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
But yeah, I think those 3, Brett, Gomes, and Proby, are in good shape. I mean, last 3 races for Ryan, he has 5.6 average finish, and Proby's got a 10.3 average finish, but he's only been out of the top 10 twice this season, and one of them was last night. So those guys are in pretty good shape. I think Duve's in pretty good shape. He's right there at Proby the last 3 races. 10.3 average finish. They're all kind of in that. Those 4 guys, they had such strong starts to the season that they've been able to build that gap. The guys in orange is obviously where it gets super interesting, and I'm super interested to watch it the next 2 weeks. Because Duve has slipped a little bit down to the first spot there. Riley's been super hot. He's last 3 races, he's averaging a 10th place finish, but he's getting a lot of stage points. And then these guys, D's just had a couple rough weeks. Last 3 weeks, D's average finish is 15.3. A couple bad breaks for him. I know he got hit in a 1 at the end of the Wednesday race. And then Josh. Josh is also having one of the best years he's had. What he's not getting in stage points, he's literally finishing consistently like 9th to 13th. So it's placing him right where he should be. Out of these guys, out of the guys like below Riley, he's got the best average finish the last 3 races, right at 11, which is we joke about because that's basically where he ends up every single race, is at 11th to 9th to like 12th, 13th. And then I know I've talked to him before about this, but I think the most interesting one is Sharn, because obviously he's shown the speed to be in the playoffs. You're rooting for him to be in the playoffs, but I don't think anyone would disagree if he doesn't make the playoffs, and that's one really fast guy to avoid. But the speed's definitely there for Sharn. What's interesting, he has the 5th best average start among the league. He's led the 3rd most laps, but he's only got the 16th best average finish. So the speed's there. It's just with the field sizes we have coming down to finishing races, if you get buried in traffic and something happens, it happened to me on Wednesday. It can make or break you, and I think that's what he's fallen victim a little bit, because I mean, Eddie would agree. I can't tell you how many times him and Eddie have been running 1, 2, 3 for a race or a win, or feels like he's been up there all season. But these things can obviously get tough to finish, man. A lot of pit strategies coming into play, a lot of different things come into play in these races. But yeah, if I'm any of those 4 guys above the cutoff, worried with a guy like Sharn behind me, see what he can do the next 2 weeks. And then Jake back there as well. I think he lagged out or missed the gridding or something before the start of last week's race, and he's still got a 12th place average finish, and he's got a lot of next-gen experience. He seems to be kind of like the 4 car he drives, Mr. Where Did He Come From with Harvick. He just kind of shows up at the end of these races and is doing what he needs to do to get in the playoffs. So the last 2 guys, Kevin missed a race, and Matt's going to need some sort of Hail Mary, maybe not. You get 49 points a race max. They a little bit of work to do, but the guys above them have just been so consistent. Might take a win for those guys, but I mean, mathematically, there's still 20 people eligible to get any of these last 7 spots. So it's going to be super interesting to watch in New Hampshire and Texas the next 2 weeks.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's the most competitive season we've had. So,
Josh said he's putting
Josh
out
Hall
a $10 bounty on the 05 in the next gen series.
Yeah,
And
I'm super interested.
Jake's computer his internet lagged out right at the start of the race. So he made the race, lagged out, and then he couldn't get it going until 20 laps later.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Kevin too, is he missed last week, or the week, not the Rock, but the one before that. So if you take that not happening to Jake and Kevin being there, like those 9th to 15th, 9th to 16th guys are just, it's so tight and super competitive back there. Yeah, I'm just curious because there's going to be people that don't make the playoffs that should absolutely make the playoffs, and I think that's a good problem to have when your competition level's that high, and it's been really entertaining to watch every week. So,
Wrench in the plan. There may be a playoff spot that opens, so we'll see.
Well, you
how
do
this
have 7
week goes.
starts. You do have 7 starts. I missed that, so you can still miss one more.
Correct, but we'll see how this trip goes.
Yeah, but
Um,
that takes a little bit of the fun out of it because we'll have to move the cutoff line.
I'd really like to not miss that much. I will probably miss this week coming up.
Yeah.
New Hampshire, which I pray for y'all in race control. Good luck. I might be able to help with that. I don't know. So we'll see. Maybe I can bring an HDMI cord and plug it into the hotel monitor or hotel TV.
Yeah, you better figure it out, buddy.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do whatever I can to help. So if I just do race control, then I'll just do race control.
5 laps.
Oh no, I can't race. It will not happen. I'm not fixing to try to race on a
Cheeseburger has
PlayStation 5
and a
controller.
you can borrow.
Nah.
Hey,
no,
it can get
cannot.
you 5 laps.
Driver
cannot.
requirements
you're right,
in the
you've
rule
gotta-
book, you have to have a wheel.
How would you know?
Shut up, cheese.
Josh, I can race and run race control, black flags for everyone. No, you cannot do that.
And that's why he's not racing.
Yeah.
That's my job,
He'd be
bud.
leaving the upper deckers and all y'all's fuel tanks.
And 11th place, Josh Hall is getting a wave around? What for? Let me go to the race control. The door's locked. What's going on in this admin booth? It's anarchy.
All right, so I'm gonna put this on most exciting, and then I'm just gonna play this. I will be right back.
You want to know what most exciting is? Me passing Sharn for the lead in the stage, being like, man, I saved my stuff so good. I'm going to drive away with the stage. And then cut to when Eddie gets to the outside of me in turn 2. And I'm like, okay, see you later. I did something wrong.
I was
When
doing
was
decent,
that?
and then
It's-
my tires
I
just
got-
fell.
I got around Sharn like lap 24. And it was like, that's weird because my car was driving better and dirtier behind Sharn because I couldn't drive away when I got by him. And then I see this just second orange car coming in my mirror on the outside. I'm like, oh god, I don't think I did something right. And then I ended up 4th, 7 seconds behind you guys. And Eddie's like, yeah, I had 21% more than you did on my tires. I'm like, all right.
All right.
Yeah,
It's like
I burned
70.
mine up pretty bad.
Yeah,
I was
if
at
you get to-
30% at the end.
Oh yeah, well, it's
Okay.
just from like TV one, man. It was just
So
not even.
then, okay, so here's behind Devin right now, right? 2 matching cars. You don't know
Yeah,
who the hell's
Sharn's
who.
in the Looney Tune ones, and Eddie's also in the Looney Tune one. So
Being double man.
So really quick, just watch this, how this progresses. There goes Eddie. There goes Sharn. And there they go.
no, you have to watch him pass me on like TV3 or something. Yeah, go to TV3 the lap he passes me. Cause like I caught Sharn, I'm like, oh man, he burned his stuff up. I'm chilling, I'm doing great, man.
Oh, the lap
Yeah,
that he
you see
passes.
it.
Oh, right here.
I think it's the next one. Cause like I cleared him, I'm like, this is the first time the next gen's driven worse and dirtier. And then I'm like, my shit might be burnt up. So I'm panicking. I'm like, I gotta try something. Because I saw Eddie was like 1.7 behind us, and I blink and it's 6/10. I'm like, yeah, something's not good.
Something's amiss here.
Yeah, it might be the next lap. But I'm like, dude, I didn't go to the top all race, and right here I'm panicking. I'm like, she's cooked. Like if I could scream to my crew chief, she's cooked. I got nothing.
At
was
this point,
mistakes
I'm
were
like,
made.
I'm just gonna
I was
chill and
showing
let them
points.
boys race it out and let
Dude,
them do their thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I can't, bro. I can't.
I see Eddie up there. I'm like, oh boy, because I was lifting so early, rail braking, waiting on the throttle forever, and then I'm like, oh, Eddie's fast right now. Eddie's really fast. Bye, Eddie. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to throw hand signals to you, letting you know your right front was not looking too good.
It's on
Yeah,
fire,
you see
bud.
the- you
It's
see
on
the
fire,
cords
Ricky Bobby.
flapping around in the wheel well.
Yeah.
Yeah, not great. Just
The rubber balls were hitting his windshield.
I just couldn't figure out the long run speed, man, which is normally my bread and butter, but I just was not in the cards this week. So
Yeah, I was 100% shocked whenever I said my percentages, and you were like, "Oh yeah," and I was like,
yeah, you had
Oh.
25% more than I did at the end of the stage after 50 laps, and
Bro.
I realistically don't know how I could have driven the car different. Like, just legitimately left me scratching my head. I mean, I was braking at that red sign on the wall right here. I was keeping it in 5th, so I wasn't burning up the tires. Even when I shifted
Yeah.
to 4th, it was still really bad. And then
I wasn't shifting. Not as loose and bumpy as that shit was. I practiced 5th gear. I was sticking with it. I tried it in practice, and it was just I had to be so easy on the throttle in 5th gear. It just wasn't.
it almost
worth it.
wasn't worth the trade-off because you had to wait so
Yeah.
long to throttle down that it was like there's no point.
I'm gonna go on board for Sharn for the last couple laps here. I'm gonna make a cup of coffee while I do that. But
Yeah, you see that blue car in the mirror getting smaller and smaller?
yeah,
That's me.
yeah.
Okay, my monitor's so small I can't even see it.
Oh,
But I don't know if part of it, like if you watch Sharn here, he's diamonding ever so slightly. I don't know if that was the difference because I was getting to the bottom very early and completely wrapping it. So I think I probably should have been on the top to begin with, maybe, but I don't. Yeah, man. No,
I was
no
all
note-
over the place, man.
dude. No notebook entries for this one. I got nothing. We'll revisit it next
Well,
time.
now you do.
I ran the top.
No, I
and
still
burned
don't because
myself
none
up,
of them are
too.
usable.
I just know 3 and 4 at the top, bro. I was in there like swimwear.
Yeah, I mean, I experimented with the top in 1 and 2 to avoid the bumps, but it was just
Well, if you notice in that second line right there in 1 and 2, there's less bumps as if you're trying to wrap the yellow or ride the top.
yeah.
It was super weird.
Adam says this is educational, guys. I'm just learning along the way. Ovals are non-existent in Australia. Only dirt speedways. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, if you want the rock in Australia, we can ship it out to you, Adam. You can have this one all you want.
Got a fresh repave.
You can
It
take
comes
this
with
one.
a road course.
Yeah, you can take this one. I do not want it.
Back in the day, the road course actually exited the track, kind of like Phoenix's road course way back in the day.
Dude, New Hampshire
Or
has one of the
New Hampshire.
sneakiest, funnest road courses. You put some like super late models on that road course, they're a blast, man.
So confirmed for next season. Got it.
Yeah, we're not
Road
going to give
boost.
Hartney Coda, but we're going to go to the New Hampshire road course before we give Hartney his Coda.
That would be something else. That's all I can say.
Wish we could see what lap we're on, but the end of the stage turns from nothing to something real quick, huh, Eddie?
Yeah.
That's what they say. I wouldn't know. I was in the back hanging on for dear life, going, "Oh my god, my tires are done."
Yeah, we'll say the
Yeah.
front was a little bit more fun than the back. It was terrifying. I thought I was white knuckle battling for the lead.
Oh,
I
and the
was wrong.
restarts, you had to wait so long to get on the throttle because if not, you're just gonna hit the guy in front of you.
Yeah.
It's like green flag, and hit the throttle.
Yeah.
It was wild back there.
Oh yeah, Josh, the New Hampshire road course is a blast, man. That part outside of the backstretch is so much fun, dude. You can whip it through there. Some of the cars you can drive on there too. I did the F1 there, and that was super interesting. But yeah, I mean,
I'm
I
kind of curious what lap this is.
yeah, no, I like the rock. I like the challenge of it because, I mean, it was clearly multi-groove. Guys were all over the place, which made for good racing. We went the whole first stage green, 50 laps green. Things kind of got south after that, but I don't think any one of us expected this to go green from the rip. But it was great racing, and we finished the race on a little bit of green run too.
Yeah, I forget how many laps we had, but yeah, it was good little
It was
run there
about
at the end.
25 or 30, maybe a
Yeah.
little more.
And there's a bobble.
That was talk about educational. That's how you lose a stage win right there.
I'm gonna say, Eddie, I really hope advancing to any of these playoff rounds doesn't come down to 1 point because that
Yeah.
would suck.
Mhm.
But what happened out there? You just hit the bumps out of 2?
Well, that and I seen those lap cars up there and got a little scared
Yeah.
because people seem to be.
You know where you're gonna keep your car when you get
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, not only that, but I mean, it's 3 races this season, and I've been in the lead, and a lap car has absolutely tried to stick it to me.
yeah.
So I kind of get a little scared around the situation. So
Yeah, sometimes I feel like it's a sense of panic. I mean, some of them it's just I'm not pulling over for the leader I'm fighting, which not the most etiquette thing to do, but they have the right to do. But it
Yeah.
definitely would come full circle. But sometimes track like this, maybe they were like spooked. This was a tough track, man. You were
no, I was spooked. I was spooked.
Yeah.
I looked up and seen them, and I'm like, oh shit. And then
Yeah.
just that bump caught me, and I bobbled it. He got by me.
But yeah, I mean
Blink at
that's
the wrong time and your car goes sideways.
Mhm.
yeah, like we said, it may not seem it, but that's a playoff point for Sharn if he's able to get into the playoffs. I mean, there's only 7 guys with playoff points right now, so the 5 winners, and then D Wright has won a stage and Sharn's won a stage now, and with no seeding points if you do not have playoff points, you're starting at 0. So right now, say Sharn makes it into the playoffs, there's going to be 5 guys starting at 0, and then 7 guys within 1 point of each other. So, just bonkers, man. It's when we get to the first round. Was it Darlington? Dega cut off, and then we head to Bristol, Kansas. So it's gonna. I mean, it's some of the best tracks in NASCAR. So I'm really excited for the playoffs this year.
Kansas is underrated. That's for sure.
It's arguably the best mile and a half for these cars.
Sorry, boys, I needed coffee.
But no, man, we are. This was the second to last gauntlet of our schedule. I feel like we can say. New Hampshire's not maybe a gauntlet track, but it's tough with the flat surface.
I'm just glad that wasn't the race I got to be in because I
come on,
suck
you
at
don't
New
want the
Hampshire.
lobster.
Oh, I absolutely suck in everything we've gone to, and
It's my other home track, man. I'm Martin Truex. If it's in the Northeast, I get to call it a home track. I'm
Will you
actually
stop
3
calling
hours
yourself
closer.
Truex?
I might figure it out.
You keep talking to me that way, Hartney. I'll have the beard gray enough to be Truex. Okay.
Oh, we've missed some chat messages. Have you guys talked about them yet?
Yeah, we've been talking to him. Yeah, when Adam said that, he said, where ovals are non-existent in Australia, I said he could have Rockingham. We'll ship it to him. He can take it over there in Australia. It is of no service to us anymore.
No, that one's you can have that one free of charge, bud.
You know what? You can do that, and we'll throw in Iowa for you. We'll double down.
Hey, easy.
Okay, sorry.
You can't have Vegas though.
No Vegas.
No,
And I would like to keep.
Texas. Yes.
No, they can have Texas.
They
You
can
gotta
take
look at the
They can
package,
take
man.
California Speedway now, whatever they're turning it into.
Wait, no, they have too many dirt tracks already, and that's pretty much a dirt track right now.
That's what I'm saying. Well, no, it's asphalt. It's oval.
The front straightaway is asphalt, and then the rest of it's dirt right now.
Right now, but they can, instead of building it in California, they can just go build it in Australia.
They tried that. It's the Thunderbolt. Or was that a mile and a half?
Mm.
I think it was a mile and a half.
Okay, so now we start Caution Heaven.
Yes.
Let's just turn this to most exciting now, or focus on crashes, because I feel like those are.
most sexy. Huh?
It's going to bounce around everywhere.
I know. That's okay. Everyone didn't really know how to race it after the stage came out, or after the green came out. Hey, look, there's GZB's car.
Hey,
They're like, oh no, people, let's hit them.
Yeah, let's
I know,
let's
right?
TV1 Cheese's car. TV1 that.
Hey,
tell us about that car, Cheese.
maybe we need to outlaw the Fords in this league.
Whoa!
Whoa! What?
They run people over.
Cheesy.
that's only when you get on it too much.
Tell us about that scheme, Cheese. Why are you running that scheme?
So that was my first ever paint job. Well, my first ever race car. It technically started with white numbers, but for the fair race that year, I decided to duct tape my numbers pink, and all the girl fans loved it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving it.
Is this the
And
story
then
of
I
how you
ended up
met your
winning my
wife?
first main event with the pink door numbers. So that's why I did it.
Is this how you met your wife? You painted your car pink?
It was her
No,
duct tape.
I met my wife freshman year of high school. We've
Hmm.
been together that long.
Oh,
Told you,
okay.
it was
Wait,
her duct
what-
tape.
Was your first date going to get cheeseburgers?
It was at a Burger King.
Yeah, baby.
It was
you
at a
gotta get
Burger King.
chicken sandwiches though if you're at Burger King.
Lives up to the name.
Not with a nickname.
I got myself a rodeo burger.
That boy.
I haven't had
Them onion
Burger King in
rings and that
years.
barbecue sauce. Mm.
Oh yeah.
I haven't
But,
had.
Yeah, that was the paint job behind that. And
Nice man. Oh,
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 That's
there's
weird.
a
so that
cereal.
81. Yeah, baby.
butt
68
chinos.
Best
Oh, yeah.
cereal on the market.
Hey
It's a beautiful
Josh, when you're done over at Trackside, I'd like to come by and pick up that body so we can hang it up in the shop. I'd like the body from that car when you're done with it. We're gonna put that
I don't
on
think
the.
there was a straight
We're gonna
panel on
put
it.
that
but
in the
it's
ceiling.
great.
We're gonna put that in the ceiling of the neon shop. Put it right up there with the Avalanche scheme.
Yeah. The
Wait, I thought
Avalanche
that one got
scheme's
lit
out
on
in the-
fire.
Never mind. Yeah, we're gonna put it with the Avalanche scheme.
In the dumpster?
Yes.
Looks like Josh is loose
Don't
out
do
of
that.
2. Maybe with a little bit of help.
Oh yeah, that's that one.
If you want an ideal picture of how to lock down a freaking car when you're spinning, let's watch Josh.
No, the only problem is he didn't wait to start rolling again until there were cars behind him. You have to wait to start going.
Oh,
once someone's
is that what it
about
is?
to get to you?
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I
See,
didn't
look how
know.
much track he has. He's got to wait.
Yeah, so he's got to get that thing refired. You gotta sit and act like you're starting it.
Ah.
Oh, that butt kicker must have been singing him lullabies on that slide.
Oh yeah.
All right. So that was 57. So then we restart, and then the next one happens here.
Ace car had the most laps led on Wednesday.
Well, it doesn't even go into its stall.
Yeah, I was worried if
they're
I was
running,
gonna
running,
have the
running.
most laps led, or if the pace car was gonna have the most laps led. I was trying to get him.
I heard it had to make a pit stop.
And we're going back out.
Yep, it was just a drive-through penalty. It's just that turn 2, man. That turn 2 was. Did we have any cautions out of 4?
I don't know.
We had
yeah, I
ones
think
that
there was
ended
one.
in turn 4.
I know Provi spun by himself out of 4. I just don't know if there were any actual cautions.
No, his screen went black, and that's why he went through the infield.
Ryan Gomes is taking Matt Allen out. Thanks, bud.
Honestly, turn 2 kind of, you would think it would act like it does at Dover, but I feel like the cars were more on track at Dover, even though Dover's is honestly more severe with the uphill and downhill. But
I don't know about you guys, but you hear them on TV and stuff all the time, and the driver's saying something about the car feels like it's in the track, on the track, stuff like that.
yeah,
If you race at any of the normal tracks, and I say normal like in the normal as in you feel like you're in the track and you don't realize you're having that feeling, go to this track and race it. You'll be able to absolutely tell the difference of being on top of the track and being in the track. I could pick up on it. I don't know if it was just the stuff that I was using or what.
no, it's just like the weightlessness out of 2. What you're talking about? Yeah,
Yep.
That's what I'm expecting in 2 weeks at Texas and 3 and 4. I'm super. I don't think I've ever driven the next gens at Texas. I'm super curious to see man, what is that bump they were talking about last week?
I'm excited for it.
You know it's gonna be there, and if
I'm excited for it.
who's it gonna bite? And that's
I ran it like 3 weeks ago in another league, and oh my god, that bump is scary.
Off
it's a
of
cutoff
4?
race, man. It's gonna be super interesting.
And then you'll be fine, and all of a sudden it shoots tight coming out of 4, and you just plow the outside wall.
Yeah, that's how it's always been.
It's wild.
Yeah, Texas is definitely a big question mark for me in these cars.
That's how it's always been, man.
See another one that's just. I don't know if you can see it from cockpit, but the cars just do, like Eddie said, they go absolutely weightless out of 2.
You can't. Let's go on board with Sylvain.
I don't know if it'll do the sense of it justice, but it.
Let's see does he slow down at all? Kind of. You can kind of tell if you're looking at
The gyro, maybe?
like rear chase and you get down low, you can kind of see the suspension lift up. Hang on, one of these buttons does this.
Glimpse of the New Hampshire paint scheme looking icy fresh. Very
Well,
exciting.
and so this is, you can see here, look at the tire patch. That's exactly what. There's literally, you can see a space in between the track and the tire.
Yeah, back that up and see when it rides the bumps.
It's almost too wide.
Oh, yeah, man, that's
You put any camber into it, and you're not going to get the full tire contact. Sorry.
I mean, you can see the tire, and that's kind of, and it's weird because that's kind of how it. I watched a video, you can see there. Look how much it lifts off the track.
yeah.
Look at the splitter doing the dolphin dive through there.
So I was
Weirdly
watching
enough-
a video on VRS about setups and stuff, and the way that they set them up when they're looking at a view like this, they want that splitter literally on the track.
Yep.
Because for a multitude of reasons, but they say that even when it's on the track, it's not registering as the track or the car hitting the track. You still have 3 or 4 inches to go under the surface. You can see until that's when NASCAR or when iRacing is registering the cars touching the track. So, yeah, there was a whole video about this. Crazy.
Yeah, maybe it was because Guy didn't own the track for the broadcast, but I'd love to hear the thoughts of people who went here for like legitimately the first time. I don't know if there was anyone in the field who it was their first time, but
I think
dude,
Kevin just bought it.
Dude, the bumps and the diffuser scraping that was it was screaming at you out of two, man. I like there shouldn't be any diffuser left. It would be gone, man. You're just smacking that thing all race.
Just carbon fiber.
Yeah, so it
man.
was interesting for sure.
But
running. All right, so that was lap 69.
Josh Hall said he actually had to restart his car. He doesn't use auto start.
Loser.
Likely excuse.
Not true.
yeah, you can just skip a couple of cautions forward, and it'll be me parked in the wall and keeping my car on the apron. Thank you very much.
Did he have to floor it too, so it'd clear out the flood?
Yeah.
Who is this one?
But yeah, I mean, definitely had our fair share of yellows, but I would hope most people would embrace a track that challenges them, because it's, you know, like we said, some truck tracks you can race around one-handed the entire time if you had to. But
It was
Oh,
definitely a
that's okay.
tough track. I thought I got the handle of it, and then the second half of the race,
it's just one of those
I don't know what
tracks,
happened.
man. You have to, like I was saying with the breaking points earlier, you just have to race the track, because the second you try to attack the person itself, the track bites you. And that's like
Yes.
your Darlingtons, Rockinghams. I feel like Dover is the same way. You know what I mean? If you try to no, we can skip past this. This crew chief is. I gave the crew chief a 1 race suspension for this one.
What happened here, Devin?
I just wasn't going forward. I didn't have the speed of the cars in front of me. I knew that, and we're halfway through the race. Still had 3 sets on the wall. I'm gonna take a set here, and tires still had 99% on them. So,
You never did tell me what percentage they were.
Yeah, it was actually
99, that's
99.
crazy.
But in retrospect, I don't know why I did it. I still had 3 sets left. We took one here and still ended up with a set on the wall. But I just had to try to do something, because if it went green, we could make it, I think, maybe 10 or 15 more laps than you could have, Eddie, if you went full.
Yeah, because I looked in my mirror and I'm like, bro, there's no way I can even go to the
Yeah.
end right now, you know? So I'm not even entertaining that idea.
A bit of my logic is you were better speed-wise than me, so I'm like, if it goes green to the end, it happened in the first stage, then I can go 10, 15 laps longer, and this is where it bites me. You can ride my cockpit if you want. But I'm like, maybe I can get away with a splash, save some time if I can keep a decent time. I don't know. But,
Bro, in my head, I'm already like, bro, his tires were so much worse than mine. Like, he can stop and take all 4 tires, you know, all 4 sets if he wants to.
Look at
But
this
if he drives
accident
it like he did in
voidness.
that first stage, then, you know, the tire situation, I'm good. 'Cause that, like I said, I was really shocked.
Adam, does a tough track bring everyone into play, bring the quick guys back to the field? A tough track it separates the field pretty easily from the people that have done this for a while and know how to drive.
I want to arguably say, you could arguably say no on that one, because a tough track like this, you know, I know Eddie does it, Hardy does it. Some guys will put, you know, we open up the session an hour before the race starts. Some people, you know, only have the time to take advantage of that 1 hour. I like to get in some laps before, especially at tracks. You know, I have a full notes app in my phone of, you know, my biases for each track we've been to. I had nothing on Rockingham, so I knew I needed to turn my laps here. So it really comes down to practice outside of the race. You can only learn so much in that 1 hour, especially a track like this.
Right.
So I think it does separate a little bit. You know, I think it separates the guys that practice before the race, but it's at the end,
Yeah,
you never know at the end, though, because there's so many other factors with the field size, and right here, me pitting, you know, pit cycles, everything differs, so it can separate the guys, but actually capitalizing on it, there's definitely more factors that come into play.
When another thing I think guys get hung up on is practice speeds. They're like, oh man, I'm not fast on the practice board, and they keep pushing too hard. I'm like, guys, we need to calm down and just get comfy. Just get comfortable with the car.
Yeah.
Speed will come later.
Yeah, like what I'll practice during the week is like it's tough to gauge single car speed of like, is it going to be fast during the race? So what I'll do is I'll practice if like the first stage is 50, I'll try and do 50 lap runs to see where my tire wear's at. Because if I can run 50 laps and my tires are still at like 77% on the right side, I'm probably doing something okay. But from that, you know, with our stages, the first stage is like what, normally a quarter of the actual length, or a third around there.
It's about a quarter to a third, yeah.
I just try to like take what I learned in practice for those stage runs and just try and learn. Like, if I'm lost after the first stage, I'm not feeling too comfortable in the race. You know what I mean? Because I've already put in the hours outside of the session, the hour before the race, and then I'm kind of gonna have a good idea by the end of the first stage, like if I have a winning car or not. Like this one at the end of the first stage, my stuff was blown off. I had no idea. It wasn't enough time to try something new out. So I mean, the 2 hours during the week, the hour before the race, if you don't have it at the end of the first stage, I mean, you can learn, but it definitely helps give you a good idea of if you've got it or not, I guess, if that makes sense.
I didn't have it.
Yeah, and I know as much as these next gens are, you can do so much with the front master cylinder, the rear master cylinder, and all that stuff. Like honestly, if you're trying to go in there and get an actual feel for the race and how your car is going to act later, for me personally, that whole hour that we have isn't enough.
Yeah.
It can get you
'Cause
close to a pretty good idea of where you need to be as far as the biases and stuff go, but until you run like 40 laps, 50 laps, like our stage was 50, so you know, see if you can go 50, see how that car feels at 50, you know, see if you can still push it at 50. That way, you know, later, you know, for the race, you know, when you're practicing and stuff, and then check your tires, see where you're at with that. If they're at a high percentage, you can go harder. You know, figure out where you can go harder. Like it's just that hour, man. It's just personally for me, it's just not enough.
Yeah, because like when me and Eddie practiced over, I think it was the same thing. The stage was 50, but the fuel run itself was 70. So like I don't know how many full stage runs I did, but I'm like, okay, I gotta know that even if my tires look good, if we go green, I'm gonna need an extra 20 laps on top of that. Which in retrospect, the last 80 laps of the Dover race, they went 80 laps green. So it's I think that's the biggest thing. Like even if you don't have time throughout the week, if you can find time to just practice a full stage run, it's going to give you some sort of idea. I think that's like the bare minimum baseline that you should have done going into these races. But like Gaddy said about the master cylinders, I don't focus on the full runs until I think I found the right front master, or the front right master, rear master, and the brake bias. Because you want to have that dialed in and then attack your runs. You know what I mean? You don't want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you want that car being comfortable. You don't want to be learning that and then get to a 50 lap run, switch it up, and then think you're going to have the same, you know, stuff. Yeah, it don't work
Yeah.
that way. So yeah, you definitely want to get it comfortable. And that depends on your braking style. You know, like some people trail brake a lot more than others. Others
I'm more of a
on the
roller.
brakes.
I'm not much of a breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the bias too, like I'll run normally like maybe 5 laps or 5-10 lap stints, more like 10 lap stints to get an idea of like, okay, my tire wear was way more at this bias. Let me change this. So it's definitely lock in the master cylinders and the bias before you attack. Like you want to be attacking the stage runs or the full fuel runs with what you're planning on actually running.
And I usually try to make my master cylinder where I'm in the middle of my adjustments, where it feels comfortable, so that later, like if this track would have got tight, you know, as the run went on, if we would have made it that far, if the track would have gotten tighter, I'd have been able to go down with it, you know, just because the next gens there's a bunch of adjustability there, and if it got loose, I had a bunch of adjustability to get it tight too. So that's what I try to do there. I know in the trucks it's really hard because you can only go up or down 3.0 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's 3%.
Yeah, so it's tough there. So usually like Tuesday night in the truck race here, usually I'll you know, if you're in the Discord with me, you know I run a lot of back brakes. And I ended up having to pull it up, and it was kind of a shocker. But I got it to where, you know, I knew I did a run and I knew it was going to get looser. So I knew I needed to tighten it up, you know, so I knew where I needed to set the brake bias at. and then I just went down 3 ticks from that, and it felt great. And then as the run went on, I just bumped it up.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Yeah, it
But
was
yeah, just getting that car comfortable is the big thing.
for sure. This is the final run. It was about 15 laps ish. Eddie starting in first, Brett second, and this was the only shot that Brett had. Eddie's
Bro, I was
just
like, hell yeah, all right, let's go.
right.
At least put it in there on that first corner, and I was like, nobody really done that, on all the restarts. So I just kind of got my little gap and went on, and then there was a caution, and then there he is. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go.
And that's it. Basically, it seals the race. It doesn't seal the race, but when I was watching the interval between Eddie and Brett for the last like 5 to 7 laps, you can see Eddie start pulling out every single lap, 1/10 to 2/10, and then the last 2 laps, that gap starts closing, and you can
We got some
kind of see
static.
that it wasn't necessarily the car; it was Eddie being careful to not do what happened at the stage and bobble the car.
Yeah.
But this is
And we fought our way from 2 laps down to P5, so
Yeah, for sure.
after this week, top 5 in both at a track you didn't really feel great at.
yeah.
You got to take it. With these fields, you got to take it.
There was a lot of good runs.
Hey, and I got 2 top 10,
Yeah, take
Can't
it, man.
complain
It's a
there.
tough place.
Hell yeah, bud.
especially when you're not familiar with over half the guys in the race.
I feel like I could have won both races. My truck was pretty fast. I'm glad Brett got him one.
Yeah, that's the thing in
Fuck
these races,
yourself,
man, is these pit cycles have really taken and given some. So it's,
Dude, he made a hell of a call on that truck race pit stop.
yeah, should have pit on that lap with him.
Yep.
Bad week from the Neon Crew Chiefs.
Yeah, I think they were all
And some of the
got
neon
into my-
drivers.
They were drinking.
Yeah, they're
my
drinking at the
high-performance
Glen last
water
week.
bottle.
Wait,
They're
you
still
guys
hungover from the Glen last weekend.
I guess I'm gonna have to go Happy Gilmore style and go find me a homeless guy to be my crew chief.
Yeah, man.
Bro, we had a damn good run at Watkins Glen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I hate Brett got me.
Well, except for Devin. Devin didn't have a good run.
Yeah.
Speed was there, man. Sucks.
We got
I-
11 seconds at the stage. Fuck off.
Dude, I'd have been. I think that'd have been fun between me and you at the Glen in the next gens.
All
I
four
didn't
of
think
us,
I had
man.
a freaking damn 11 in me, bro.
Bro, y'all
And
were
then,
smoking
bam.
those last like 15 laps. I just pushed it a little too
I was
hard trying to
catch
get to
you
Joe.
and Yeah, I was trying to catch you both.
Yeah, but like we mentioned last week, I mean, Joe needed the win. I wasn't going to take it easy. He didn't want me to. I pushed it too hard. It'll take a second though.
No, Josh, he was at the they were at the bowl of hay, the hay bale with the horns on it you can sit on. That's where they were at the Glen. And the plywood with the let's just say the measuring cups on it.
Yep.
It's
Never
probably
been,
the
I wouldn't
same
know.
one he's talking about.
I think they're at the same booth.
Yep.
I've seen that
Absolutely.
booth before.
One of these
Watkins
days
Glen
I'm going to
at
get
2
up
in the
there.
morning gets very interesting.
One of these
Used to
days I'm going
until
to
they
get up
started
there.
closing everything down.
Yeah.
It could have been because those people ripped that fence out, or the whole damn gate off the fence. Like it sheared it, bro. It was.
That's what I was gonna do if they weren't gonna let me in.
So it was
No,
you
bro.
that did
Like
it?
the first year. Yeah, we did. And it
Yeah.
was nice.
I
At least
yeah.
it wasn't like me and the Merles going to Sonoma thinking we can get in the middle of the night and they wouldn't let us in, so we all just slept on top of Brett's trailer.
Oh,
It
shit.
was, yeah. We got there at like 4 in the morning and just said, "Screw it, we're sleeping here on the side of the road."
Yeah, good luck with that at the Glen because they moved it to September. It's gonna be like mid 40s during the night, dude. It's gonna be so
Yeah.
cold, man. Those rich folk with their RVs and all their trailers, they'll be fine. But us tent goers, it is going to be brick, man. It is.
Octagon would probably shrink.
You're gonna need everybody in the Octagon just mouth breathing the entire night. Sleeping bags a little closer than they should be. It's gonna be cold, man.
It gets colder than you think out there in the summer, even in Sonoma, because that wind, whew,
Yeah.
I mean, it goes from maybe 100 during the day, but then at night in that wind, you're sitting at 50, and that huge difference, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm cold."
Yeah.
Bro, Northern California actually gets pretty decently cold.
Oh yeah, especially up here where like I'm good 200, 300 miles north of that, and our average temperature is like 64.
Bro, Southern California? Fuck that. During
Yeah,
the
no,
winter, high or low of like 64. Get the hell out of here.
yeah.
Dude, I was waiting for a damn caution within the last 15 laps. I remember I looked down at lap 12. I was like, damn, how many more laps of this shit? Like, I couldn't believe there wasn't a caution.
I
And
need
I
a
looked
break.
down and I'm like, damn, there's still 12 laps. Yeah, there's going to be another one of these damn things. And then I was like, Brett's going to hopefully he's worn enough of his shit off. He won't get another restart like that last one on me.
I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for one because I was riding in fourth for a while here. I'm like, man, if I can just get one, get four on, get fourth, Eddie count me down, he wins this thing, I get P2, I'm fine.
Right.
Then I had to race the wheels off Riley on top to keep fifth.
Bro, it was like at
Man,
one,
there's
I
a
was like,
chance.
I'm gonna count you down. And then I totally damn forgot. Dude, I felt
Yeah, I'm
so
sitting there,
bad.
I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And then we're
Go.
going. I'm like, this motherfucker forgot, didn't he? By the time, didn't even get to one, he's like, oh, I forgot. I'm like, yeah, you did.
I think he said that as we were
Dude, it's
crossing
a
the start
lot.
finish line.
Yeah, like it's
It's
a
a
lot.
it's
Try
a
not
weird
to
zone, man.
speed and stuff. Yeah. And then try not to speed and maintain the speed and not change the lines. And there's a lot more than what you think going on up there, than just, oh, go. No.
That's why half the time we'll just be like, dude, don't worry about it. Just do what you have to do. Do your thing.
Yep.
Because I was
who's that
closing
creeping
these
up on
two
the
for a
inside
bit.
of Brett?
Max. I got
Oh,
to
yeah.
I got to like 1.2 off these guys, and then the car just went again.
I heard them on the radio. They were having a hell of a battle.
Yeah, I've seen them getting closer on that relative. And I'm like, yeah, boys, y'all race it out. Race it out.
Who got
Didn't
fourth?
take him long.
Oh wait, Brett comes back.
Oh, Sharn did.
Sharn got fourth, yeah.
I raced the top. I raced him like 3 or 4 laps up top, and then he got me. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
You're like Sylvain, allergic to that wall.
Bro, I
might
love the
be.
high side anywhere we go. Just about
He
anywhere.
gets to me, and I do move up. And he closes quick. You'd think I'm fine here with that gap. Wrong.
Don't see nobody in your mirror.
No, put it on TV3. Put it on TV3 and advance like 2 laps, and he'll be there. And then I raced Riley hard. I gave him. You can go another lap. I raced him hard, but I gave him room because like right here, I'm like, yeah, I can't let him have this top, man. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see what I can do.
Nope.
This is foreign territory to me up here.
In 1 lap, that was it. That's all it took.
No, I think I held him off 3 laps. And I did hold Riley off though, because I'm like, I want this top 5, man. 2 laps down, outside the top 20. I'm like, I'm sorry, Riley. I gave him room, but I'm like, I'm not leaving this top. You're gonna have to do it down there.
I think
was
you were on
being-
pretty old tires at this point, weren't you?
No, I think we were even. I think
Riley
he
had
left it here
pretty
for
old
me, but it was 3. It was the entry of 3 that I was giving up too much. I didn't know how to attack the entry of 3 up top like I did 1 and 2. But yeah, it was not great.
Going from 2 laps down to back to 5th, that ain't bad.
I'll take it. I raced some hard here. I wanted the top 5 bad.
Well, that's just like both the Glen races. I went from the back of the field twice to top to podium on each one. So, Josh, once I found that high side, my night changed. Yeah, dude. Once you figured that out, dude, I remember in the practice and Eddie, or it was qualifying, and Eddie posted that whatever lap time he did here. I was like, Jesus Christ, was that on the top? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, holy shit.
What's funny is after the Monday practice, I told Eddie, I'm like, I think the top might actually be serviceable, and I just never tried it.
I love
Riley,
the high side. Love
Yeah,
that.
Riley got really out of shape out of 2 here. He just said I was up there. I'm like, I'm gonna give you as much room. I don't want to pinch you down, but I really want this top 5. But turn 2, man, like the second you try to throttle down to get someone, the track's gonna be like, no, you're not gonna do that.
Exactly. You could give the bottom guy tons of room, and there's the bottom you just couldn't get on it.
There's like a berm on that top side, man. If you could ride it right, you could
Riley, 9.
really get it cooking.
I really wasn't trying to be a pain in the ass, but that was my only shot. If I knew if I stayed bottom, I was cooked.
Even then, he has a pretty good run on the inside too.
Yeah, I couldn't attack turn 3. I didn't know how to attack turn 3 good enough. Even after this bobble, he still, I think, is on my bumper coming to the checkers too. So I was just trying to survive. Yeah, like right there. You would not expect that to jump. And that's a big jump out. It may not look like it watching it, but you're one like quarter-inch overcorrect away from that car being jumped because turn 2 was just unbearable.
I can confirm.
I think
Yeah.
Junior had a save there towards the end. I could almost kiss him because if that would have been the caution, I'd have probably cried.
Yeah, Riley said he was trying to give me room because 7th was 2 seconds off us. Didn't want to ruin it for either of us, but yeah, I was trying to give you as much room as I could. Right there, I almost actually walled it there because I didn't know how to attack 3 at all on the high side.
You just do your braking before you get in there, and you set her down in there and let her ride off that right rear. Let her rip, tater chip.
Yeah, you're good at that turning right to go left thing.
Who?
You.
Well, maybe that's why
It's
I
funny,
don't
You're
like
like
road
lightning
courses.
McQueen, man.
Maybe I don't like road courses because it's like you actually got to turn right to go right and left to go left. Hell, I don't know.
It's funny. I can dirt track race in real life, but on iRacing, I don't know. It just doesn't translate well for me.
Why does your... I gotta fix your source setting. All right. That's race review.
Next week, lobster.
Yeah, next week we're going to New Hampshire, right?
Yeah, it's
So another one of your hometown tracks?
yes, I think my
You
last
know
one. That's a fun track. I don't know what you guys think about it, but it's another. It doesn't make sense when we say it, but it is the same driving style in a way as Rockingham because it is so flat. It's all about throttle control and exit. I'm pretty sure both series. I think trucks you're going to want to get down to 3rd in the corners. I believe you downshift there. And then the next
I never
gen.
downshift there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I think you can downshift to 4th in next gen, but either way, it's going to be really interesting because some guys will run, I don't know if you call it the second groove because you got the flat, the first groove, and then the second groove. But yeah, like Josh said, the apron will be in play. You'll see guys that are working the apron. You'll see guys that are running the second groove the entire way of exit, or they're diamonding down onto the apron on exit. So it's going to be a tough track. It's really easy to miss your braking points because there's no banking to really slow you up. So if you overdrive it and you're trying to battle someone on the inside and get away from you really easily, but it's just you got to keep one of those eggs under the gas pedal, like Josh would say. You just have to be really easy with it. But that's one that gets a lot of fun if we get green. I know because I'm the SCSRA encyclopedia. We went green there last time, and yeah, definitely get your laps in. It's a tough track, but it'll be fun.
Well,
It does funnel.
I will try to be in the booth and do race control while I'm out of town. But I will probably not be racing this week unless my trip gets canceled or cut short, which I don't think it's going to, but that's that. And then, so we'll be here. We'll be New Hampshire Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday will be on Intensity Broadcasting as normal. And then Wednesday will be right here on the SCSRA Broadcasting YouTube channel. Or
And Thursday,
Productions.
the points will have the drop week, so we will have a definitive idea of
Right.
who needs what going into Texas. So that'll be really cool to talk about.
So then, yeah, Thursday we'll be here. Hopefully Devin will join us again, and hopefully he feels better.
I'm not on my deathbed, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you weren't before and you still didn't show up. So.
Right.
Yeah, I'm here when I'm sick. It makes no sense. I did it to myself.
And I'll be listening.
Cheesy B will be
Yeah,
listening back in the chats again.
Josh will be on the show next week.
Yep, Josh will be here next week on the show. I will
So
say
next week's my vacation, right?
no. Next week is not your vacation.
If you don't like Josh, just say that.
I don't like
Bail
it.
on me.
Funny looking, his feet stinking. He don't love Jesus.
I will still do the show from my trip, so I'll still be here, but I don't know if we'll be able to watch the race at all because I won't have the replay files. And I'm not sure my laptop can handle streaming or running iRacing as well as streaming at the same time. So
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Adam. We appreciate that. Hope you had a good time, and hopefully you join us next week.
yeah, for sure, bud. And then also stay tuned for the ASR Super Speedway series on Monday nights. We've got a new league coming in on Sundays as well. So pay attention for that as well. Like, subscribe, do all the fun things. Cheeseby, thanks for joining us, bud. Devin, thanks for coming by tonight. Eddie, you're my co-host, bud. We'll see you next week as well. Anything
Tuesday's
else?
my birthday, so Tuesday's my birthday, so give me a little extra room out there on Tuesday. Give me a little birthday.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, one thing I did want to mention. So you see a lot of the cars running Tammy Strong. Devin mentioned it earlier about his mom having her first cancer treatment. This goes out to Tammy. We wish you all the best. Prayers for a healthy recovery or a quick and speedy recovery, and hopefully you can get back into remission as soon as possible and keep going with us, because I know Devin likes watching
everything. She appreciates everything too. The Tammy Strong on the broadcast. She sees it on the cards during the broadcast, so she definitely appreciates everything. 6 rounds. She got the first round down. She got sick after it, so it's kicking her butt. But the next one's in a week or 2 weeks, so we'll keep rolling.
3. Should we go 3 for 3 and just tell her happy birthday again? I mean, I got her the past 2 nights, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Tammy.
Happy birthday! I didn't get any interviews this week. I
Right.
screwed it up.
There you go. Now's your time to shine, brother. Come on.
I blew the last
I just gave
restart.
you a
in
bone,
Phoenix.
man.
Here, this is for you, Devin. Go ahead and shout it out, bud.
All right, happy birthday, Mom. Love you, appreciate you. Thanks for putting me onto this planet so I can tell Hartney every week that we're not running Coda, no matter how much he cries on his office floor.
I hate you.
I know you do, but no, she's super supportive of this whole group. She talks about Eddie like when we're there, about like he's her son. She loves Eddie.
Oh shit.
Just 'cause she's seen you like on Facebook and stuff like that. I tell her about you, so. But she appreciates everything everyone's doing. You guys didn't have to do the Tammy Strong logos. You didn't have to put it on the broadcast, but she definitely appreciates that. So, happy birthday to her. I don't know how old she is. I think she's 50.
No, we're not gonna disclose that. Come
No,
on.
she's 21.
Yeah, she's 21.
She's 21.
That's
But
what
no,
the
she
math
appreciates
comes out to
everything you
me.
guys do. She knows how important this league is to me. She brags about this league to everyone. If I'm watching it there and she gets a phone call, she's like, "Hold on, I'm watching Devin's race. Can I call you back?" Boom. So, she enjoys doing it. The only thing you got to stop doing, okay? You got to stop asking if I win the race when I come up to watch the race. Because if you can't put 2 and 2 together, I don't go up to watch the races, I lose. So stop asking me what 10 to go if I win the race, okay? Because Dad hasn't really picked up on it yet that I only come up there to watch the ones that win. So, but no, I love you, appreciate you, and everyone else here does as well. So just don't ask if I win this one. Just let the race finish, please.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, right.
10 laps to go. She's like, "Do you win this one?" I'm like, "Shut up, shut up." There's 10 laps to go. Like it was Auto Club. I was talking like my dad's like, "How far were you behind him?" I'm like, "I don't, whatever it was." And I'm like, "I'm chasing him down." She's like, "Do you win it?" I'm like, "There's 10 to go."
We'll find out, Mom.
Please just wait. So, no, she enjoys it. They both do.
All right. Well, again, Cheese, thanks for joining us. Y'all have a good rest of your night. Adam, thanks for joining from Australia, bud. First international viewer for the show. That's pretty awesome. Josh, always you in chat. Riley, thanks for joining us as well. Again, I know Josh will be here next week, but if anybody ever wants to join the show, hop down in the waiting room in Discord, and we'll pull you up and we'll have a conversation. Cheese, if you ever try to join with Raycons, bro, I'm time outing you in Discord. Do not do that.
Yeah, it's what I have.
I get it, bud. You're at work, but
maybe-
I understand.
Maybe once the playoffs start, we can start revealing one race for the schedule of the next season to see who's actually tuning in. For anyone who tunes in, we can give them a little, just edge them a little bit. Be like, "Oh, here's a hint at one of the tracks we're going to, or something." I don't know.
We should do it at the
Spoiler
end of the
alert.
show to see if they make it to the
Spoiler.
end of the show.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. Once playoffs start, we'll reveal a race here or there where we're going.
Well,
Just
we're
'cause
at
we're
the
almost-
end right now.
Time, so they can't
Spoiler alert.
predict when it's gonna be.
Spoiler alert. Let me see if I can.
Hey,
We're going to Coda.
We're going to. No, we're not. We're going to New Hampshire Road Course.
Yeah, we've already discussed. We discussed that when you were getting coffee. It's New Hampshire Road Course because that's what Josh wants to do.
What?
New Hampshire Road Course. I actually the other day I did an AI next gen at New Hampshire Road Course, and where it's not going to be on the schedule. It's not going to be on the schedule.
I heard
It was fun. It was fun when you're bored, but
Hey, maybe we can go some dirt road racing.
No, get out of here. No dirt talk.
Hey, you like road courses? Throw some dirt on it. Why not?
The only dirt I'm gonna get is when Junior turns himself across my front bumper at Daytona on the way. That's the only dirt racing I want to do, or don't want
I
to be
didn't
doing.
say it.
Hey,
See if
so
someone
Devin,
watches
this
this
is the end of the show. Do you want to reveal a track or a hint?
Daytona.
Well, we know Daytona.
Hint. Trying to think.
The staples are there. Daytona, Talladega are there.
Yep.
Um,
I will say there is one new track in the playoffs. We did shuffle a new track into the playoffs. One track we're going to for the first time in these cars. And
Coda.
That's all I'm going to. All right, have a good night, guys.
I don't have a button for that.
And that's what I'll give you guys
Come
right now.
on.
There's a new playoff track, and we're going to a track for the first time in this next gens. So
you heard it here, folks. There's new tracks being added for next season. Stay tuned.
you just call me DMZ instead of TMZ.
Get the fuck out.
Coca-Cola Speedway.
I'm dropping all the news. We're going to Tiburon or whatever it is. Tiburon.
We're gonna have to change. We're gonna have to change your name to from No Show Bacino.
All right.
Laguna Seca, Josh, it's for our road course. Yeah, dude, I can't get him to go to fucking Coda, which we have a setup for.
Guys, W's in the chat if you want to go to Lime Rock next season.
And we're gonna end it here.
Okay.
That's
what it is.
crazy. Man, there's like 50 W's.
I see
Oh,
zero. Oh, good
One
night, child.
screenshot. One
Oh,
screenshot
we got
will
one.
be Lime Rock.
Oh, we got 2, 3.
No,
Oh.
get the hell out of here.
All right.
Oh, there's 4.
Guilty.
Chicago. No, we are not going to
Oh, they're
Chicago
done.
Street Course.
They're done.
I'm gonna have to endure that later this season. I'll let you know how it goes.
It's awful, dude. It's awful.
I would
Okay,
rather do that than Coda.
no, I'm telling you,
That's
drive the
that's
track
hot-
and you will not.
That's a hot
It's easier to remember. It's easier to remember.
It is
I
not.
don't even own it yet.
Yeah. I don't either.
If you want to try it out, we'll talk after the race, or we'll talk at some point. Log into my freaking
Nah.
iRacing and download the track. It's awful.
I gotta buy it anyway, so
Good luck. All right, I'm cutting it off.
thanks.
Y'all have a good rest of your night. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
See you.
See you guys.
Long Beach.